Click record. We are live from Bluffton, Ohio. The Bench to Mike podcast. My pants are down and Beaver Nation. Let's ride.
What did the Dallas Cowboys get us?
What did the Dallas Cowboys give us? So, Dallas Cowboys won Cowboys way in Frisco, Texas. Didn't know that's where they're at. Frisco.
That's probably like
A sub
training camp.
Oh, makes sense.
Kind of like how Cleveland's the Browns have their training camp in Berea on Baldwin Wallace's campus.
Makes sense. They spelled our hometown wrong. Did you notice that?
No, I actually didn't read. I just saw the bench.
Look at your address, dude.
Arlington, Ohio.
Did we spell it wrong in the email? I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. So a little explanation behind this, guys, is we emailed a bunch of teams, and everyone said no, and like 6 or 7 didn't get back to us. The Raiders sent us
The
a little,
Raiders sent us something.
which is still hung up in the man hut.
Yes, it is.
And I thought the Cowboys actually emailed us saying they're no longer doing fan packages, but I thought that the Cowboys was one of them. But Chris, do you have any guesses for what it is? I have a guess.
If I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be like the Raiders thing, but you know what they say, everything's bigger in Texas, so it's just going to be a bigger version of what the Raiders gave us. Because the Raiders gave us, for those that didn't see it, they gave us a picture, and it had the Raiders helmet, and I believe it was the 3 Super Bowl trophies they've won. Or maybe it's 2. I don't know how many Super Bowls they've won, but it was a helmet in front of the Super Bowl trophies that they won. So I think it's going to be something like that.
But a bigger
just
version?
Bigger version because everything's bigger in Texas.
This is big.
I mean, Cowboys have won 5, and they're America's team, quote unquote.
I'm going to say I'm gonna say they actually tried for us. I'm gonna say this is a picture or like some sort of graphic with autographs on it.
That would be crazy. What if it's tickets? And what if it's tickets that we got super late? Like if it was like the Browns game or something.
I'd cry,
I'd cry too.
but still, it's cool.
Honest question. If it's tickets to next week's game,
I'm going.
are you skipping JV, Caleb? And are you skipping JV and are you taking that opportunity? We're making a game day vlog and all the content we could possibly make next weekend.
I'm sorry, Beaver Nation.
Uh-oh.
Cowboy country.
Cowboy country.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. I'm putting on my bootstraps, picking up my bootstraps. Pants are down still, and we're going.
Maybe we'll see you guys in Dallas next Sunday.
Let's open this. Drum roll, please.
Oh my goodness. What? Wait.
Whoa.
What?
It's a 2022
In the
team picture.
2023-2024 Dallas Cowgirls cheerleaders.
And then their 2024 schedule.
That's weird. Okay.
Why is it 2022 team?
Wait.
They didn't have an updated picture?
It's got the roster on the back.
Yeah, it has. I'm just a bit confused. Why is it 2022?
There's no. What?
They were like, just throw something in there.
Yeah, they were just like, all right, hey, Cletus, what do you got inside of you? What do you got in your drawer? Sir Jerry Jones, I kind of got this.
I got this.
Send it.
So we have last year's cheerleading squad and 2 years ago
The Cowboys.
Cowboys,
Team.
and then this year's schedule in like a little
Is there a
fold-up book.
coupon? It says, I don't know. I thought that was a Fanatics logo. It's Bank of America.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just an ad.
It's just a fold-up book, but still confusing. But thank you very much, Cowboy Nation.
And of course, just like what we said with the Raiders, if we ever go to a Cowboys game, all 3 of these items are coming with us.
Absolutely, I'm actually stapling it to my forehead. Stay tuned. The Cowboys 2022 though. What do you think went through their head? Just go ahead and grab the scraps. Give them something.
Yep.
This is actually
Hey,
super
Cletus,
cool.
on your way out after we fired you, go ahead and just put whatever the heck you got at the bottom of your drawer. Just put it in this bag, please.
I guess. How'd the Cowboys even do in 2022? We gotta look it up.
Let's ask Google.
So we have, like I said, last year's cheerleading squad.
We
2
already
years
know
ago,
they
Cowboys,
didn't win in the playoffs. I can tell you that.
and then this year's schedule.
Cowboys went 12-5, finished second in the NFC East, beat the Buccaneers in the wild card, and lost in the division. Oh, okay. I know this team. They're the team that sent Tom Brady into retirement. They beat the Bucs 31-14, and it was Tom Brady's last ever game. So I guess as a Jets fan,
This is a pretty cool
this
team
place,
picture.
yeah, as a Jets fan, this team has a soft place in my heart because they beat Tom Brady and sent him into retirement.
Thank you very much, Cowboys.
Thank you, Cowboys.
This will go in our man hut, in our podcast studio, not in the dorm. We're in a dorm right now, but Cowboys, you're watching this, please go back to a couple other podcasts where we're actually in our official studio, which is awesome, and this is not a prison wall. So
Cowboys, even if you pay us $1 to come down to Dallas,
we'll do it. Actually, charge us. Just charge us.
we will both become Cowboys fans, and what's something we should do? Get like tattoo our entire bodies Dallas Cowboys colors.
I will tattoo the Dallas Cowboys star in every color on my body. If you overcharge us for tickets. Overcharge us for tickets.
Give us a negative 100% discount on tickets, please. Please make those $200 tickets into $300.
Make us pay double on your home tickets, and we'll tattoo our entire bodies.
Yep.
The Cowboy star, but in different colors.
Yep.
And I'll get Jerry Jones' face on my back.
Love it. I will make my face Jerry Jones's face. I don't know how it's possible with a tattoo artist, but we're gonna make it happen.
I think it's more like a plastic surgery thing, Chris. It's more like plastic surgery. Would you do plastic surgery for Jerry Jones?
Maybe.
That's how I imagine he sounds like. But no,
we won the Super Bowl.
I don't want to be offensive because they send us stuff. Thank you so much. Like,
Thank you, Dallas.
you have no idea
Cowboys.
what this means to a small podcast, even just a picture like that.
Hey, it's kind of like in chronological order.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for 3 different years of history.
It's going up in the man hut. Thank you very much, Cowboys.
Up in the man hut.
Yeah, thank you for taking time to mail us that. And
Even if it was just a split second, just grabbing whatever the heck was in the bottom of your closet.
do you think it took so long because they spelled our town wrong? Could that have been an issue with the mail?
Maybe. Or maybe it was just like some type of intern they had over the summer. Like, hey,
Make sure it's Arlington.
make sure it's Arlington.
There's no such thing as there's only one Arlington. That's here in Texas.
I mean, in that Texas Southern twang, maybe it was just lost in translation. They just had
it
somebody.
might have
from,
been
maybe they just had somebody from the north, and we're like,
Arlington.
Did you say Arlington?
Arlington?
Arlington.
Arlington.
Arlington. Arlington.
Heck yeah, brother. But yeah, there's only one Arlington. That's in Texas. It breathes in Texas. Our
That's
good old
where they play,
Arlington.
believe it or not. That's where the Dallas Cowboys play.
That's probably got mixed. They're like, it must be one of those weird Ohio towns, Arlington.
Yeah, I mean, you ever heard of Olentangy or Youngstown or
Bellefontaine?
Bellefontaine or Waypack-Conetta or Cuyahoga?
Mustang Elm. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, Cowboys. We absolutely appreciate it. Let's dive into this podcast. Welcome back to the Bench to Mike podcast. I am your host, Caleb Fultz, also known as CF3.
I am also your host, Chris Cortez, also known as Chris Cortez.
Did you like that I put former child? I think it's got to be an ongoing joke. Anyway, keep
I
that
didn't
going.
laugh.
Yeah, former child.
Former
Chris Cortez.
child.
He came up with
I
that.
was once 17 years old, believe it or not.
Nah,
And now I look 30.
You've always been 30. I showed one of my friends a picture of you when we graduated, and like, Chris looks like 13 there. I'm like, no, he does not. He looks like a 28-year-old man next to me. I think you make me look older and taller sometimes. Like, people are like, you look 5'6" in pictures, and I stand next to you in pictures, and they're like, oh, no, you're 6'3". Like, oh, no, you're tall.
Yeah,
So
that's probably why.
yeah.
Was it recently they thought I looked like a child?
Yeah. It was. I showed my friend, and they were like, yeah, that's a man baby.
It's a baby. No, that's
That's a baby man.
That's a man child, sir.
That's a man child.
What junior high team does this kid play for?
What starting left guard for the middle school Bucks?
They probably got this kid playing running back. This kid weighs 212 pounds, and he's like 6th grade. They just put him running back and just give him the football.
Chris did play running back for a season. Well,
Played
for
fullback.
4 games.
I played fullback for like 3 games, and then a lot of things happened.
Were you so sad that you had to go back to the line? Were you upset about it?
Yeah, it kind of sucked. It kind of
Did you
sucked.
miss carrying that rock right away?
Yeah, it was fun. I scored one single touchdown.
I led block for that baby.
He did lead block for that.
I led block for that baby. All right, guys. So
Did you hear that noise?
I think someone's yelling outside. I think there's an event going on.
I was gonna say like, man, is there somebody trying to get in?
Good, let me in. There's like student events going on campus, and we're right next to an open window. So the theme of this podcast is the Bluffton versus Shrine game. So I played that night. It was a primetime D3 football game. First D3 football game I've been to, and I've played now 3 seasons of college football. I mean, Chris, what are your thoughts? D3 primetime. Not the game itself, the primetime aspect.
Yeah, the primetime aspect is definitely way better because I have been to one D3 game. 2 D3 games before this one. One was at Mount Union when he was playing there, and the other was John Carroll when he was also playing at Mount Union, and we went together. For it being in September and for it being prime time, I will say the biggest aspect of it was nice not burning
Up.
because the Mount Union game
was hot.
It was hot,
Noon.
hotter than a skillet cooking bacon.
Kickoff is always awful because it's noon. The sun's beaming on the turf. The turf is boiling hot. And
It's
Mount
horrible.
likes to wear all black uniforms at noon games. Honestly, Mount should be doing, if you're in all black, we brought this up at the very first game day.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in all black uniforms, it has to be a night game. And unless it's like that's your actual colors. But Mount's colors are like purple and black or purple and white. So like they need to wear the purple uniforms all the time, but instead of wearing the black ones all the time.
Yeah. But that was probably the biggest thing that stuck out was just the fact of it was nice and cool so I could enjoy myself and I wasn't miserable. And it's also just different. It's good different watching just any primetime college football game. Gotta love it under the lights. It's different.
I think we had a pretty decent crowd too for how like big our stands are.
Oh yeah, it was really. I'd say it was full. I'd say it was like almost full.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of a big high school game.
Yeah.
So
Trine side was full. The away stands were full.
yeah, I mean it's only an hour 40 drive for them. People from Angola.
Yeah, it's like Trine's like right there.
And Trine does a
On
lot
the
of
Indiana
recruiting.
border.
Yeah, they're right on the border, so they recruit out of Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana.
I know at least 2 people from our high school. We didn't go to high school with them. It was way before we were in high school or junior high. But they went and played for Trine.
I actually talked to the linebacker that played there last year. I just talked to him about his experience because he went on to play semi-pro and he actually tried out for a pro team. Fun fact. What was his name? Jason? Jarrett. Yeah, I talked to him. I think he has a kid now. He's married. I think he kind of gave up on it, but he did try out for a pro team. So
Yeah, good for him. Good for him to stick with it at Trine.
yeah, for sure. All right, getting the Bluffton versus Shrine. So we have different segments of the food, the uniform matchups, the actual game, how it went with the statistics, and kind of just my thoughts as a player on the sideline, and then Chris's thoughts as a fan
As a fan.
during the pregame sideline, and then also in the stands.
I will say, I appreciate you guys not kicking me off the field.
I'm sure if the guy that told me I didn't get the media stuff figured out, I'm sure if he saw you, he'd probably be like, get off.
Probably. So we got told to leave, though, by this one guy walking over to the film table. You probably know who he is.
Was it a giant?
It was like
bigger,
it was
bald
a
guy?
bigger guy. It was a bigger guy.
Do you have no hair on top of his head?
Yes.
That's him.
Oh, that's the guy.
That's the guy that said fill out the media policy forms.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
He's a nice guy though.
Oh, he wasn't disrespectful or anything. He was like, "Hey guys, you got to leave," and I was just like, "All right, yes sir," because I was trying to stand like at the media table because it was the perfect viewing point to get you guys coming out of that little tunnel the cheerleaders were making. So obviously you saw the footage; it's from the side, but it was gonna be like right there at the front. But then we got told to leave.
Good. I actually saw that. I'm like, why didn't Chris get that from the front? I actually saw that.
That's why, because we got told to leave.
Gotcha.
Yep. But other than that, though, it was great. It was cool being on the field with all like the players and the recruits, and it was cool because the players like knew why we were there recording.
I was actually talking to one of my friends about it the other day about like how smart it was that you tried to blend in with the recruits. You just stood among the recruits to get the shots. So
that's what I did. I just stood amongst the recruits, even though they towered over me and they were 3 times my size.
even at the D3 level, even D3. Now also, you stood right next to our offensive line, and you saw our offensive line here at Bluffton. Do you think you could play against these guys?
No, I couldn't. No.
No?
I will say there is a defined difference between being a very good high school athlete and just a college athlete. There's the gap is just crazy. I'm going to be honest. I don't think, other than maybe, I don't even know, I would put any D3 team in this area up against any high school team in the area, Division 1 through Division 7.
Like you think Bluffton would beat Findlay?
Yes.
Findlay High School.
I think Bluffton would beat Findlay High School.
I mean, it is a bunch of 22, because we have a bunch of 4th and 5th year starters against 17-year-olds.
Because you're looking at grown men, and I'm just watching these grown men just warm up. I'm just like, yeah, there's no way I'm I would have played college football.
Lucas came to the JV game, a little brother, and he said that the game actually looks slower. I mean, this is a JV game. It looks slower, and he said the guys look big. And he said, Caleb, you look huge out there, and all the other guys do too. But he said that it looks slower than his high school games. Maybe it's because it's JV, but I don't know. I was like, really? I love the speed of the game.
I feel like that might be a stretch. It's slower to me because I go to a Division I One FBS school, so I've just been accustomed to that. But it's still fast.
It's still a fast-paced game.
It's faster than high school.
There's a lot of thinking that goes into it too. I mean, we Bluffton runs a hurry-up RPO offense. Like, we don't huddle up, so we're going. It's very fast-paced.
Yeah, it was.
And then even when I was at Mount, they ran a pro style hurry-up. We rarely huddled up at Mount. It was always signals too. And it's like doing that pro style offense was crazy. I mean, there were so many plays where RPO is like it's a run. You know that another run and like the couple of pass concepts that go with that run. That's kind of how RPO works. I actually really enjoy the freedom with that though.
Yeah,
as a player. But yeah. So where are we going with that? Now I'm brain farting.
Kind of just talking about being there.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I think the primetime aspect was awesome. It was my first primetime game. Oh, I have a question I was going to ask you. The freshmen gave me a hard time all week, saying I look like a baby deer running, and they say I look awkward and uncomfortable out there.
Okay, I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I'll let you finish with that statement.
As someone that stood on the sideline and watched me catch passes from college QBs, and also watch a college QB overthrow me on a 5-yard hitch. Don't know how that happened. You got that on camera. One of my QBs overthrew me on a 5-yard hitch on air. Do I look like I belong out there?
Do you look like I was gonna say?
Do I look like I belong?
I thought you were gonna say. Do I look like a baby deer out there?
Well, both. Answer both questions.
Okay. Deer and people are different species, so I would say you don't look like a baby deer.
And I feel like I look huge. Like the footage, I'm like, man, I actually did put on some muscle. I did put on some weight.
Yeah, you did, and I take all the credit for that.
You should. You should. Also,
playing,
I'm gonna sue you because you may be slow as dirt.
Hey! I told you we're cutting this summer. We're cutting this summer. We're going on a massive cut this summer.
We are.
Although I might be bulking by then. We'll see where I'm at.
Oh Lord.
But I'll be doing the same stuff though. Just okay. I gotta up my calorie intake. If you feel me. But whether or not you belong out there, I'd say yeah.
Do I look like I fit in that?
Yeah. I mean, you look like a big, tall wide receiver. Maybe not like a wide receiver. Maybe more like a tight end, like a receiving tight end.
You look like a tight end out there?
Yes. I would say you are probably tipping the scales on maybe being a too beefy wide receiver.
Dang, I didn't even think about that. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or insult.
I would say it's a compliment.
I'm almost a tight end, guys. You're a biscuit away from you're Popeye's biscuit away from.
They said that about Kelvin Benjamin. Yeah, that guy's a Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end. You see that big old beer gut he's got on him?
Oh, that's funny.
No, it's a compliment though. But in terms of looking like you look like a college football player being out there, yeah, I'd say so.
Heck yeah.
You might be too beefy as a wide receiver though. Got to cut down on some muscle there, buddy.
Oh Lord.
You can't be benching 225 for 25 anymore.
Oh, I like that. All right.
Hey, you said it yourself. I made you slow.
I think I've always been slow, to be honest. I mean, I remember my senior year ran a fader out, and coach told me to unhitch the trailer.
Nice truck. You got too much ice back there, buddy.
I do.
It's time to turn on the heater and start melting it.
Truthfully, though, I have been battling shin splints, and last weekend was the first time I ever got to actually run full speed comfortably again. And I was watching the JV film from when I play on Sunday. And I felt I looked really fast compared to like normally because I just actually was running for once, and I wasn't feeling there was daggers and glass going into my legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, shin splints are the worst thing in the world, I think.
Oh, I can't imagine. I don't think I've ever had really bad shins. It's like I've had tightness in my shins, but not like full on where it feels like you got daggers going into your shins.
I mean, it literally feels like you're getting stabbed with every step. I mean, that's literally what it feels like.
Count me out.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next segment, food. Did you get any food there, Chris?
Elijah got Skittles and the Powerade, and he gave both
not
a
food.
solid 10. He's like, this is a 10 out of 10. This is great. He's like, I love Skittles.
He's never had anything else to eat but that in his life. So he's just eating Skittles and Powerade. Oh, shout out to Elijah, man. He made that, dude. Well, the video's come out by this point. I haven't finished editing it when I'm recording this podcast. But Elijah made that vlog so far really, really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Let me in!
That was his idea, too. He just walked up to the gate. He's like, hey, Chris, record this. He's like, let me in!
That was so funny. I watched it 7 times in a row. I was dying. Oh, man.
Oh, but
So you get any food though?
yeah, you know what? In terms of concessions and prices, Bluffton's probably number one in
Oh, it's
prices
cheap.
for concessions.
It's so cheap.
Oh my goodness! Because I walked behind there and I'm like, man, Caleb would be so mad right now having to pay $6 for a drink.
A refill. A refill.
Yes, hey, it's free, but hey, it is a rich school, so come on, buddy.
$6.
$6.
A
It's
college
nothing.
tuition.
It should be nothing. It should be nothing.
Yeah.
Take out a car loan here.
One scholarship. Oh man.
But hot dogs were $3, so you know me, I gotta get my stadium hot dog, even though it's not a baseball game. But there was, I don't know, I was in a hot doggy mood.
How was it?
Not as good as Miami's hot dog.
Oh shoot.
Like it wasn't. I can't stand describing hot dogs, but it was.
Oh, go and describe it, kid.
It wasn't as big or.
Was it? Oh, was it, Chris?
had a good personality, but anyways, it was.
It had a good personality.
It wasn't as big as the Miami hot dog, and it was understandably priced down. So the best way to describe it, I believe I gave it like a 6.5 or a 6, and I would still stick by whatever I ranked it. But to give an accurate taste comparison, it's just like any other high school football hot dog. I can't look at you. Yeah, it tasted like your average high school hot dog. If I had to give a, but yeah, and I put ketchup on it, and it was good. I'd get it again. The bun was a little soggy though, but I would, yeah. Bun was a little soggy. Caleb, did you get any food, man?
I ate some gummies after the game.
How was your post game gummies?
They were 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
So they got a 10, a 6.5, and a 10. That's a pretty good food review for Bluffton.
Bluffton, you might be number one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you tore it up, Bluffton. I'm proud of you.
At least you tore it up in the food section.
You tore it up. Now moving on to the uniform combos. Purple, all purple. So Bluffton just got purple pants this last spring semester. They announced it after spring ball was over. It was really cool. They walked in to our team meeting and they walked in with the pants on. Super cool. At first, I didn't think the pants matched the jerseys, but after wearing them, they do. Our jerseys are like ancient. But they still somehow have the Nike purple in stock that matches.
It works.
Yeah, because we've had the purple jerseys for like a hot minute, and you think they'd fade, but no.
Nope. They look great.
Yeah, our uniforms look pimping.
I loved this uniform combo matchup.
Yeah, and then Trine had the all white helmets. They have blue face masks or just white face masks?
White.
I think they're all white.
All white with the T.
And this
blue
thick
tee.
blue stripe down the middle. I'm not sure I
and
feel about it.
blue numbers.
Because their blue stripe used to have like a brown outside to it or like a gold outside and it looked way cooler.
I couldn't see that in depth. I just saw the blue stripe.
They don't have it anymore. They only have a thick blue stripe. When I first talked to them at a high school, that's what they had. I liked it a lot better. Then they had the white jerseys with blue numbers and then the navy blue pants.
They wore navy blue pants? I could have sworn they wore white pants.
It was navy blue pants.
Oh.
Because you actually pointed out in the vlog. Because I'm the one that said they were supposed to wear all white, but you said they wore navy blue pants in the vlog. That's all I remember.
Pump in.
Pump in? Did you get a pump in?
Couple hours ago? School I did.
Oh, it's been a while. He has no excuse then. I think, especially with it being a night game and the lights out, I think it made the purple reflect beautifully.
Oh, yeah. Both uniforms looked great under the lights.
Our uniforms are just all purple. I will say, I love Bluffton's all white. Like, white pants, white jerseys, white helmets with our black face mask. Beautiful. But I don't know. After seeing the all purple, it's close.
Oh, I loved the all purple. It's up there. We got to rank the uniforms that we've seen. And right off the bat, Bluffton's is up there. Yeah. I really love Bluffton's uniforms.
It's not even like a dark purple. Like Mount has like a dark purple and also dark purple helmet. It's like a light enough purple that makes it reflect and look beautiful. Like it's an amazing looking purple. And also with our white helmets with our giant beaver on the side with the giant purple stripe, it makes the purple stand out even more, I feel like.
I didn't realize the beaver actually reflected. The beaver reflects.
We have really nice helmets and really nice stickers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you noticed either. The white has sparkles in it like the Raiders helmet. You can't really see it. But
I couldn't tell there was sparkles.
There's sparkles that just like the Raiders helmet. Right. Well, it's not as like defined or like it doesn't stand out as much.
Yeah.
But Yeah, there's sparkles in the white. But I think the white paint's actually pretty cheap because after like one hit, you can already see the black from my high school paint underneath. Yeah. So I'm not sure who paints their helmets, but do better.
Do better.
Do better.
I loved the black face mask on your helmet.
I like them too.
I think it like makes them look meaner. I think like more intimidating.
Oh, I think we look mean. Yeah, we look mean.
I think it just looks meaner.
Yeah, I wish we could win games though. I wish we had that Mount Union intimidation still. But man,
just rebrand as
or a national powerhouse.
Like
we were in the 80s and 90s in NAIA.
Just put Raiders on your helmet, then that'll make them scared.
Pretty sure we can't do that.
Yeah, you can. You can make yourself the Bluffton Raiders.
That'd be a huge problem with our alumni. I think our alumni are very proud
of being Beavers.
Beavers. Honestly, the Beavers growing on me too. The Beavers growing on me.
How about the Bluffton Raider Beavers?
You should stop talking.
Raider Beavers.
Okay. Okay, going on to Trine Thunder. They're also like the Tigers. Like the Thunder the Thunder is not like a thunder. It's a tiger.
What?
Yeah, so like they call themselves the Trine Thunders, but their mascot's a tiger. It's a white tiger with blue stripes. They have a T on the side. They don't have it on their uniforms or anything, but I just want to throw it out there because the cheerleaders were saying "Beat the Tigers."
Only in D3.
Yep.
And I thought I saw it all with the Stanford tree, and the Stanford Cardinal being cardinal red, not the animal of a cardinal.
Yep.
Only in D3.
Yep. But Trine, you should have wore the all whites, man. You should have wore the all whites. You guys look good though. You guys look good.
Oh, they look great. I love like that shade of blue, navy blue with white. I think it popped under the spotlight.
What's kind of cool though is, did you know? I'm not sure if you noticed it, but Trine, their jerseys and their pants are actually the same as Mount Union's, just branded as Trine. They
really?
In the Trine colors. Like those pants that they wore were the same pants that I wore at Mount Union.
Interesting.
Like Nike, the same like Nike model. It was the same model.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I know like I was told by Capital on my visit that their Nike has 3 different like they have like their basic, elite, and then like their top end like uniforms, and then like if you're like D1 you get like custom stuff, and so like but D3 only has like 3 options to choose from, and I guess Trine paid a couple years ago for the best stuff.
Interesting factoid.
The uniforms are tough though.
Yeah.
I loved when we went there for their JV game, bro, and they wore the all blues with the white helmet. Oh man, it was so tough.
It looks great.
Yeah, I mean, and fun fact, Trine was my other offer at the transfer portal. I had Findlay, Trine, and Bluffton. Those were my 3 offers out of the. I had a couple of schools in PA, but academically didn't line up, so like I only had those 3 schools that could really consider. Yeah. But it was great playing Trine. They're a great program. I love the head coach, and it was very competitive. And you can't ask for more JV wise. You can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
Did we cover all the segments besides the actual game itself?
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere, Chris. I mean, you can speak on this.
Yeah, atmosphere. It was not gonna lie, it was like a high school game.
It felt like, but I think that's what makes it special though. Is like,
I say this about every D3 game. It's like stepping back in time because all the schools are from like the 1880s and the 1890s. I haven't heard of a single D3 school that was established in the 1900s. I mean, both of these schools date my university by like 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
But there was like maybe 1 or 2 people that were actually yelling and like cheering the entire game. Other than that, it was just everyone sitting down and kind of on their phones and only cheering during big plays. Which I mean, I'm more used to the on your feet yelling the entire game in the student section.
I really noticed that in the footage that you got.
Yeah, but there's no students. Is there a student section?
The student section showed up at like 3rd quarter.
I was gonna say I didn't see single student section.
There was about 10 people in the bottom left. From where you were sitting, it was the bottom left, and they were standing right near like the bottom left steps.
Yeah.
And they were yelling, and then once they went like 2 scores up on us, they kind of gave up.
They kind of just left. There were people leaving at halftime, and you guys were only down by 8 points.
Game. That's every college game, though. True, but no, I noticed adults leaving at halftime.
That's what I was gonna say. There was adults leaving at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind, like Coach Nardo is still trying to do his part of rebuilding this culture, rebuilding this program, and he's doing a great job. I mean, we won 1 or 2 games forever, even winning no games some seasons. Last year, he went 4-6. Right now, we're 0-3, but we played 3 really good teams, and like now, Kenyon is not great in NCAC. That was kind of a fluke, but Albion and Trine, those schools
are both great.
They're going to compete for the conference championship in MIA this year.
I think you said Albion won it last year, didn't you?
Alma won it. Albion finished second. Trine finished third last year.
So I mean, that's 2 top 3 teams in their respective conferences.
Yeah. So I mean, and we only was 52-20 against Trine, and then we lost what, 45-21.
It was like 56-21.
56-21 against Albion.
Yeah.
And we kind of really brought things together in the second half of the Albion game. So I mean, we're competing in again. I mean, that's what kind of we bring to the table against 2 teams in another conference, two top 3 teams in another conference, and now we're going into conference play. The Bluffton Beavers aren't out yet, man. We just had a rough start. We were figuring out our identity, figuring out who we are, and I'm really excited to go in this week. Next week against Anderson. We have a bye week this week, but next week against Anderson in our homecoming game, I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good.
And then we're going to Manchester. So we have Anderson the next week, and then we're going to, and those are 2 teams that are, honestly, I think they're way worse than us. I think
could start off conference play 2-0, tied for first.
Yeah, and honestly, in D3, conference play is all that matters.
Yep, that's what I was telling him. You could start like 0-7 and win your conference.
Yep, as long as
it's non-conference games,
then you get the automatic bid.
Yep.
As long as you, but then honestly, if you get second, like you finish second in your conference, that's when not away games. Non-conference games matter because then they consider that for like the extra bid. That's why like Mary Hardin Baylor, there's a bunch of really bad D3s around them. So they go all the way to Wisconsin Whitewater, which they beat. Did you see about that? Mary Hardin Baylor is not even ranked anymore because they sucked their first game. They lost to like a really bad team, and then they went and smacked number 5 Wisconsin Whitewater. Or it was number 3 Wisconsin Whitewater, something like that. It was number 3, number 5 in the nation, Wisconsin Whitewater. They beat them.
Wow.
It was a huge upset. I mean, Mary Hardin Baylor is Mary Hardin Baylor, but still.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm excited to see how we do next week against Anderson. We have this whole bye week to get ready and get us healthy because we have a lot of injuries right now. We got banged up against Albion and Trine, but I'm pumped, man.
My hot take of the episode, if you guys lose next week, you're cooked.
Yeah, if we lose to Anderson.
You're cooked. As much as I would love to see you guys do really good, you are cooked if you lose to Anderson.
Anderson, yeah. They look good, but they did not play good.
Yeah. Well, they probably also played a really bad team.
Yeah. Yep. All right, going into the game now, though. So final score is 52-21, 52-20?
52-20.
We missed a PAT, or is it a field goal we made?
You missed a PAT. I believe either you missed it or it got blocked, but you didn't make it. It was like the first touchdown you scored.
Gotcha. Do we have any stats from this game?
Stats. Which stats would you want? Team stats or personal stats?
Let's hear QB stats from both.
QB stats. Cole Alexander for Trine. They had 2 quarterbacks playing. Cole Alexander started number 3. 11 for 18, 144. Longest 35 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. No quarterback rating. Your website is weird.
Yeah, he was more of like a runner, but they also had a wildcat. It seemed like too.
I feel like he's just a system quarterback because 11 for 18, that's only 7 incompletions. I'd say he had a pretty solid game. He did what he needed to do and did not turn the ball over. That's the biggest thing. He didn't turn the ball over.
Nope.
And he had hardly any negative yardage plays.
Yeah.
And then Ivan Collins, that was the other guy that came in, 1 for 2. For 3 yards, and he also tossed a touchdown.
Was that a fourth quarter kind of QB thing?
Yeah. He only came in during the fourth quarter. Although I think I saw him come in before in the third quarter for like a short yards play.
Yeah, they had like a wildcat. Keep number 6.
Yeah.
Was it some sort of wildcat?
Number 5.
Oh, they had like number 6 going for a wildcat play, I thought, for like a run.
Oh, yeah.
That was like second quarter, though.
And then Bluffton. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, how'd our QB do?
Evan Unruh, although the announcer says Evan Unruh. Is it Unruh or Unruh?
It's Unruh.
Unruh, okay. Evan Unruh, 11 for 23, 173 for 173 yards, longest of 66, and 1 touchdown and 2 picks.
The 2 interceptions should not have happened. It was because our receivers fell down.
That and, oh my goodness, your line got punched in the mouth.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, this as a former offensive lineman, Chris pays attention to that kind of stuff.
I will say, though, your number 32 running back, I believe his name is Kanan Stoner. He is awesome.
Great running back.
He's great.
Even better person.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
He had 25 carries for 123 yards and 4.9 yards a carry.
My only complaint about him is he just doesn't have that breakaway speed because I felt you saw in the videos too. He saw the holes and then just didn't take them or didn't have the speed to get there in time.
Yeah.
But he is a lower the shoulder traditional running that football. Like, I mean, it takes a minute to get him down and break him down.
Yeah.
I love the guy. I love him in the backfield.
Yeah.
And then we also had Hubbard come in. I love Hubbard. Actually lived on the hall for me. Very first drive in the game, does a 70-yard touchdown.
He had one carry, didn't get the ball again.
Yeah, because I think he partially tore his hamstring on just in that run.
What?
And it was crazy. He missed all of spring ball because of a torn hamstring. His hamstrings are like glass, dude. He gets hurt so easy. But
he's done for the season then?
No, I think he's just gonna sit out for a while. But I know he's hurting. I'm not sure what the exact injury is, but I know it's hamstring related, and his hamstrings have been hurting him for a minute.
Feel bad for the guy.
He's a great athlete though. Good guy too.
Yeah. But yeah, line couldn't pass protect. Oh my goodness. The one interception, I don't know what happened. You said the receiver fell down, but he just threw it to like
the safety. Well, yeah, because EB fell down because of his cleats.
I figured that's the one that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, there were defenders were in his face. I will say he was flustered a lot. The line had really struggled pass protection, but they did really good running the ball though in the run blocking.
Did Trion's D line just look good, or did our O line just look bad?
I'd say it was a mixture of both.
Okay. I mean,
pass protection wise, not run blocking. Bluffton did really good. I think they should have just stuck with running the ball. The game would have been a lot closer if they just focused on running the football because they were driving. That first drive, I think the game ended on the first drive of the game when that interception happened.
If we had running back depth, we would have. Our second string running back, he quit after Kenyon.
Oh.
And he's a dog. I mean, he played at Marietta for a season, played D2 ball for a season, then came here.
Mm-hmm.
And he quit after the Kenyon game because he only got 14 carries.
Man. That's too bad.
The guy's a dog. Love the guy. I actually had a conversation the other day. But like, if he would have stayed, if we had him, Hubbard, and Stone in the backfield, we would run that ball the whole time.
Yeah, and I think that's what you should have done.
We also have an NFL prospect left tackle. We're running that ball every time.
Yeah, I think you should have ran the ball every single play because you guys were driving, and then line broke down in pass protection, and Unruh threw a pick. And then I think that was ultimately the deciding play of the game, to be honest, because try and march down the field and score a touchdown, and they were already up.
I will give Evan credit, though. Evan did a great job for what he was given, I think.
Oh, yeah. With the cards he was dealt, he did everything he could.
Yeah. Evan did a great job keeping that team together, especially how the QB play has been the last 2 weeks, I'd say, for our team.
I could see him. He was getting, like, players ready. He was getting them huddled up on the sideline.
He's a great
he seems like a great leader.
Game manager, too, I'd say. He's good at game management.
He seems like a great leader on the sideline. Looks like all the guys love him.
Yeah, good guy. Did it kind of give you flashbacks from LCC?
I think I sent you that meme of the soldier going like,
yeah, like the bombs dropping and stuff. Yeah.
It was horrible playing against Evan Unruh in high school.
Yeah, he had D1 running back to throw to, and then a future D3 All-American linebacker that played fullback.
Couldn't stand him playing that team in high school. It was horrible.
That was such a bad game, and we were good that year too. We were really good. They just were like D1 athletes.
Oh my goodness!
Because Evan went to go play NAIA at like a top 10 in the nation NAIA school.
I believe you said it was Olivet Nazarene.
Olivet Nazarene in Illinois. And then Sean Thomas went to play at Cincinnati. Now he's playing his senior year at Mount Union though. And then Ross Seymour went to play at Mount Union and has been like he was a freshman All-American and he's been an All-American like every year.
He's like the best defensive player in Division III probably.
He's definitely up there. I think he made the all-time team or something like that too. Like he's crazy. Rossi's a dog of a linebacker. Crazy dude.
Needs to get himself a ring.
Mount Union.
Hopefully
get
he gets
that man
a ring.
Get Sean Thomas and Rossi a ring.
Get those guys rings, man.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. It's like looking at LT. Ladainian Tomlinson, one of the greatest running backs of all time, but got to feel for him because he never got a ring.
Never got a ring. I mean, there's not much to cover, guys. I'm not ending the vlog yet, but I'm assuming you're going to see the aspects and the reactions of the game.
Yeah.
Trine just came to play, and we just couldn't capitalize on mistakes. It feels wrong talking about this as a player. Like, it feels weird saying, like, this is my team. Because you can analyze, as a sports analyst, and, like, we analyze the Miami versus Cincinnati game. But, like, saying what I saw against our team, we have a good team. We do have a good football team.
Yeah, I think you guys will be very competitive in the HCAC.
We just made way too many mistakes that night. That's what it was.
I think the difference was you guys turned the ball over twice, and they did not turn the ball over once.
Yeah.
And turnovers kill.
And those two turnovers were really just mistakes. Like, EB falling down the first one. And then also we had over 100 yards of penalties. We just need to stop the penalties and clean up. We need to function.
Yeah. I think you guys got it. You guys got great running backs, great receivers, and a great quarterback.
we have a really experienced team on both. Like we all 11 stars are back from last year. All 10 stars are back from 9 stars are back on offense. But the receivers that filled in for the guy that's gone, great athletes at receivers, and the QB we got, not experienced, but he's a junior, sophomore in the field, but he's a junior in the classroom, and like he's really worked hard to learn the playbook. He came here in last spring, worked his tail off. I think we're gonna be all right in HCAC play.
I think you guys need to start. What I saw, from my perspective, you guys need to start running the quarterback option. Evan can run. Evan Under can run.
We have one triple option play, and
you guys need to run it more, like way more.
Actually, we have a lot more options. We have a lot more than one.
Open. It was open all night, and I was like, "Come on, Nardo, call it some more, man." Because like Evan and Stoner, they got wheels. Let those guys run.
Well, I think the issue too is if Evan goes down, we have a lot of young QBs. And fun fact, 3 of our QBs are down. We have 3 QBs down, 1 quit. But they were like, our third string. Excuse me, Lord. Our third string broke his shoulder in the JV game last Sunday, and then one of our freshman QBs quit. So it's like it's so hard to keep guys D3 because there's no scholarship, nothing. Like and people just got it. Like you can literally walk off the team whenever you want. Like I mean, even at Mount, that's the advantage that Mount has. If one guy quits, they have 9 more guys filling in. Like Mount has such crazy depth. At every other D3, it's still pretty deep, I guess, if you consider like there's 100 guys on the team. But that's where great teams are separated. Like there's 200 guys, and there's a lot of experience as backups. Here at Bluffton, I mean, if one guy goes down, we question who's going to step up.
Yeah, that's a pretty good philosophical question. Like, are you going to go all out this one season and call all the plays that you could call to win games, but you would put the players at risk of injury, or would you play conservative and not call those plays and maybe not have a
everyone's
as good of a
gone
chance?
after this year though. Like everyone that's starting right now is like either going into the last year or a 5th year. Like
what would you do if you knew the quarterback option would win you a ton of games? Would you run it more or no? And you knew that these guys, like, there's a lot of them that are aging out after this year.
Oh, I'm calling it. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It's like the Rams.
I'm running the crap out of the quarterback.
It's like the Rams when they won the Super Bowl with when they signed like all those crazy contract stuff. It's boomer bust this year. It's boomer. Like next year, we're completely reloading, and we have guys on this team that are 4-year starters, going into their 5th year starting.
Yeah,
like they've been 5. So this is their 5th season as a starter. Like, I'm going all out. And when you have a young QB, you're already at risk anyway. So why play conservative?
exactly.
I mean, that's the kind of thing. Now in terms of trying only beat us 52-20. Do you think they're gonna do all right in MIAA?
My knowledge of the NIAA is very slim outside of Alma, who beat Mount Union last year, so they'll probably get crushed by them. And them and Albion will probably be a pretty good game because
that's always a good game.
Yeah, and then those are the only two teams that I know of.
I think who else was in that? Kalamazoo's in it, but they're terrible.
I don't know. I'd say probably top 3 like last year because you said they finished 3rd last year. I'd say 2nd or 3rd in the conference.
And that head coach loves Trine University. I mean, he's been there forever and he loves it. The issue is he can't keep his supporting staff. Because when I was in the transfer portal, I texted like the 3 guys I had from Trine, and only the head coach responded. The rest of them like went off and did other things. Like he can't. He's been there forever.
Remember you telling me that? Like one guy went off and did something else. And
yeah, one's like not even in football. He's like an engineer now or something like that. I'm like,
more power to him, I guess. They're using that brain.
Yeah, like he just can't keep a supporting staff. But Trine did a great job. Their QB looked like a bully out there.
Oh, he was big. I don't know. It doesn't have like the size of the players on here on this website, but
you could look up the roster quick if you want. Trine football roster. I mean, he was at least 6'2", 6'3". Big. He was big. And the issue is I don't think he really ran his feet. I mean, he was big and lowered the shoulder, but he stopped running his feet pretty quick. I'm not sure if it's like injury thing or.
He ran out of bounds a lot. Like there was a couple.
But I mean, when he ran up the middle, number 3, I think it was.
6'2", 220.
That's a big QB. That's a linebacker, a tight end playing QB.
He's bigger than me.
Yeah, I mean that's
huge.
I'm taller than him, but he weighs more than me.
Yeah. Oh, it has his stats, his season stats. Bluffton was actually his worst game.
Wow. So we did pretty good
Christopher Newport, 231, 1 touchdown. Rose Holman, 271, 3 touchdowns, and then Bluffton, 144, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, I guess give or take the touchdowns.
Well, if you notice too, a lot of teams in D3 they run like a lot of man coverage and cover 3. Like every team that we faced, that they run the same defense, man coverage, cover 3. Bluffton runs a really unique defense. We have a 3 high safety look, and we have run some cover 6. We have a bunch of different coverages I haven't even figured out yet, but cover 6 and we have a 3 high safety. It's really unique, and it's hard. I feel like it's hard for people to scout sometimes. But we have a very unique defense. I mean, we run so many unique things that I don't even know, but I know for sure 3 high safety look is very intimidating as a receiver.
Yeah. I gotta know, are guys like already getting ready for Anderson? Like, how are you guys approaching this bye weekend? Because of course, bye week, then shout out next weekend. We're going to Bowling Green. Catch us there. Let us know if you're going. Are guys getting ready for Anderson already? Like, what's the feel this week? You said like this is like an interesting bye week because
I would say get healthy. I would say it's a get healthy recoup.
Right.
And I think people are excited. I mean, we only had 30, 40 minutes of practice, but I think we all had a really fun time. I mean, we were all laughing, having positive mood, throwing the ball around. I think, and we played really fast. We functioned well. I mean, as someone that's a third string on varsity, I mean, I can't really speak for everybody, but like, I just feel like everybody's just trying to get back into loving the game. I mean, we start 0-3 like that going into conference play. It's kind of rough, but I feel like we had a really positive practice for what it was today.
Yeah, that's good to hear. It's all about how you respond, really.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go into this bye week and just rest. Yeah, everybody get rested up, and I'm excited to see what we do.
Yeah.
Against Anderson for homecoming. Homecoming's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be huge. Everybody's gonna be out there, so I'm really just excited for that.
Oh, it's gonna be a great time. As in the words of Scott Leffler after Bowling Green lost by a touchdown to Texas A&M, he said in his press conference after the game, "The preseason's over. The fun begins. Now the fun begins. MAC season, HCAC season." Because preseason's over. Those 3 games, flush them down the toilet. Preseason's over. Non-conference game's over. Now the games that really matter have officially started.
What a great way to end up the podcast, Chris. What a great way to end up the podcast. Love that. All right, guys. So that's all we have for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. We tried to cover everything in terms of our food segment, uniform matchups, stats. You guys saw the game day vlog. You saw what the game was. And I'm hungry. I'm ready to go for Anderson next week and get into conference play. I want that ring. I want an HCAC ring. I think Bluffton has a good chance. We have a lot of vets, and we just kind of had to figure out who we are as people. Trine's going to have a great conference play. They're going to have a great season in the MIA. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they turn out. Lots of love over to Trine. But yeah, guys, that's all we got for you. Please check us out on social media at bench_2_Mike. Check us out also on our personal socials, CF25cent and C.Cortez50. Chris, any closing thoughts and close us out?
Closing thoughts. I think stay tuned. This guy's going to have a lot of Bluffton content coming out. Definitely follow it around. I think Bluffton's going to have they're having a pretty good conference schedule. I think they're going to have a pretty good conference season this year.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely 2 winnable games at the start. Build some momentum. Then the big boys come in, right?
I'm pumped. Ready to go.
Let's see it. With that being said, whenever you're watching this and wherever you're watching it, have a great morning, noon, afternoon, night. God bless you guys. Stay smart, stay safe, and take care.
We'll catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.